So as I was saying, this is a continuation of the ignition switch teardown. As I was saying, it's easier just to put the whole thing in a vise and use vice grips to turn the end of the armored cable, and eventually if you turn hard enough, it'll come right out. Voila. That's what I should have started with. What I should have done a long time ago. I can imagine it would be virtually impossible to do this in the car, but you can sure as hell give it a try because you have the bracket holds, the holes to hold it in place. You have to crank down pretty hard with some vice grips to get this out. What happened to me was I put this piece, as you see it, in the vise, and it ended up distorting the circular ring. So I had to kind of pound it back. It sort of racked the whole thing this way, so I had to pound it back into shape. But yeah, that's where I would have started. Just take vice grips, put the whole damn switch in a vise, and just crank down as hard as you can on the end of this thing, and it'll come right out. And that'll give you access to the wire. If you actually need all access to the base of the wire where it's soldered, then fine, take the whole thing apart. But I would highly recommend leaving, gosh, now I would even say 6 to 10 inches of armored cable on the end of this thing, so that you have plenty of wire to work with once you torque it down and get the piece of armored cable out. So there you have it. One thing to note, I did break the switch taking it apart. There's supposed to be a little piece here that prevents this brass or copper plate from turning any further than this limit. It should go around this way, and there should be a little piece of plastic limiting that, and I snapped it right off. So I think what's going to happen is when I do put this switch back in, I'll be able to turn the key all the way around, which is probably not going to be a good thing. I don't really know what that piece limits, so one way to find out. And hopefully I can get this thing back together. I hope this video helps some of you guys with this same problem. I may have to look for another switch to do the same thing, but because I broke that piece. But enjoy the video, and I hope it helps.